What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play ICO. In the last episode, we managed to make our escape. It was quite an accident that ICO was able to get out of his little prison, but fortunately, we've actually found a way out, and not only have we found a way out, we found a companion. This is Yorda, and she actually has this mysterious power inside of her that apparently allows us to, at the very least, open doors. But also, she was trapped in a cage, and, I mean, obviously we're going to feel some companionship with someone else who was also trapped, given that they're the only other living person in this castle, as far as we can tell. So, she's coming with us, and we're going to be taking her for an adventure, because we need to get the heck on out of here. But to do so, we're going to need to cross this bridge, and as we do, don't let go of her hand! Oh my gosh. Do not let go. Whatever you do, don't let go. Golly, this whole thing is crumbling away. A castle in disrepair, or also known as a castle in the mist. And man, some of the visuals of this game and the way that the soundtrack in this game evokes a certain mood, I cannot wait to show all of those things to you. Now, these doors, don't be too bothered by them. They do have a switch that needs to be stepped on to activate, but you can still just step right on through. I don't really know what the pomp and circumstance behind that is necessarily for, because it doesn't really do any good. We can still just walk on through. But as we enter this room, we are going to get another encounter with these guys. Yeah, the shadow monsters from last episode, and there's going to be more than one this time. Okay, let me explain how I typically approach shadow monsters. So you'll have the little spidery guys, and the spider guys can't actually grab Yorda. They're just kind of a nuisance. Only the upright ones can. Generally, I actually like to have Yorda pretty close to the portal, because the way that combat works in this game is that, yes, the enemies can absolutely hit you back, they can knock ICO down, but the problem is it's less about keeping Yorda away from the portal and more about you always being close to the portal, because that's the only way you're going to be able to save Yorda should she ever get grabbed for whatever reason. We'll demonstrate that a little bit more in the future, but that's generally where I like to play things, is close to danger, but also not close to danger, if that makes sense. So let's push this crate, and it's actually deactivating the switch that's going to allow these stairs to rise on up, and off we go. Now, as far as this Let's Play is concerned, these episodes are going to be generally on the short side, mostly because this is a pretty short game, and I do want to make the episode count somewhat respectable. I'm not trying to blitz through this game or anything, and I'd like to give us a little bit of a good break between Destiny episodes, and since that Let's Play has been going on for so long, I'd like to give us some time to sort of marinate and enjoy ICO a bit longer. So I don't want to take too much of your time each day, but I also want to get enough done that we're not quite making these 10-minute episodes, so I feel like 15 minutes is a nice happy medium. All right, as we head into this room, we have another door, but it seems to be locked from that side, so we're going to leave Yorda there. Something that is generally okay to do given the certain situations. Now, here's another example of how far ICO can fall, because look at this. Like a trooper, he just handles that. My knees would shatter from doing that. Are you kidding? My ankles, too. Everything would shatter. Okay, what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to climb my way up this chain, because you'll see right here there's a crate, okay? And I don't want to have to come back up to get that. But there's also, from what I can tell, is a switch. So we can grab that as well. Now, I could have just leapt backwards, but I wanted to demonstrate the swinging one more time. Also, just because I'm lazy and didn't want to turn around. So let's go and pull this switch. And in doing so, the door opens, so Yorda can actually head on through. You'll also notice that in the far corner of the room, there's another couch if you already want to save for whatever reason. Although that's probably not necessary. But what you do want to do is get down as quickly as possible, because yes, a portal has appeared. In fact, not just one portal, but two portals. There is actually another one on the other side of the room. And we're going to need to watch Yorda, and as soon as she gets grabbed, actually, the camera is going to pan up to her, which something coming out of the other portal is what grabbed her. So we're going to have to follow up on that one here in a second. So I'll do that. And let me keep knocking this guy out. There we go. All right, now I can demonstrate what you do with Yorda if she ever does get pulled into the portal. All you got to do is run up, grab her hand, and pull her right on out. There's about a 5-second animation of her slowly sinking into the portal. Actually, I think it's closer to 8 seconds. And if you don't grab her out in that window, you will die. However, that's a lot of time to get her, and whatever monster did pull her into the portal is inactive during that time period. It can't go and grab her again. See, this is the monster right here. It finally came out of the portal, so that's all that time you don't have to deal with it. So that can actually be a benefit sometimes, as long as you're not overwhelmed by shadow monsters at any given time. So this is, again, why I like to be close, because it's better to be on top of the portal so you can pull Yorda out in time than it is to be really far away from it whenever she does get grabbed and pulled in, because then you might actually be in a lot of trouble. So she can't climb the chain, but what she can do is she can get up on that crate that I just pushed down. And so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to head on over to the crate. And again, no, not like that, Eco. Come on, we want to stand. Oh, come on, buddy. I know you can do this. Okay, right on the edge. Bring her over. And then there we go. That's what I wanted him to do. Just hang down low, hold out your hand, and pull her up. Sometimes he'll just drop himself down, and that can be very obnoxious at times. But let's head on through. Okay, and so now, as we head out this way, we can, again, take more stock of the size of the castle, because this place is absolutely gargantuan and is only going to feel bigger the longer that we spend time trying to get out of it. Because, yeah, that's pretty much the entire adventure, is just getting out of this place. Now, as we head up here, we're going to be in for a much tougher fight than the one we dealt with in the last room, because we're going to get an introduction of a new enemy type here. So once you get up here, as soon as you do, 2 more portals open. Now, that one directly in front of us is not the one you need to worry about. You actually want to go over here. And as you can see, they are now flying. They fly now. They fly now. Bring Yorda over here. And what you're going to want to do is wait for them to get on the ground and give him a few whacks. He is going to try to fly away from her, but fly away with her, excuse me. But if you can keep hitting him before he does so, you can knock him around and save her really quickly. Now, the spindly ones take about 6 hits with your stick, but the big guy, the big chunky one, he takes like 12. So you're going to want to be very active about corralling him and keeping him away. But if you can keep your 3-hit combos going, he won't be able to really do anything. Now, if you hit them as soon as they get up, they do not have enough time to dodge. So stay right on top of him, and as soon as he gets up, hit him again, and there you go. And that, I do believe... Oh, we got more. We got more. Hold on. Kill this guy as well. Same thing. Just stay right on top of him and then smack him a few more times. Perfect. Okay, I think it was like 7 hits or something along those lines. Oh, and another big one. Wow, they just keep coming. This is, again, why you want to stay over here. Because, yeah, they're just going to fly her directly to that portal, which is technically the far one when you start the fight. And you need to be ready for that, because it can be very easy to die if you're not prepared. And dying in this game sucks, because you will just straight up go to the last save point that you were at. All right, Yorda, I'm going to climb down this ladder, and you are allowed to follow if you want, but I am not going to be in any sort of hurry. Because I need to go down this way. So you just take your time, and I am going to bring your chariot to you. So walk all the way down to here, and you will see that there is a minecart here. So let's climb on up, grab the switch, and we're going to push it forward. We're going to bring this all the way over. Hopefully she's not... Okay, she's just standing right there. Good thing. Now, Yorda, come here. I'm just going to hold out my hand for her. Come along, ma'am. There you go. All right, like I said, your chariot awaits, and now away we go. I mean, we could walk this entire thing, but that would just take forever. It's much more fun to do this. Also, I actually don't think you can walk this, because I think there's parts you'll fall through. So maybe I was wrong about that, but I've never actually tested it. I just know that you're supposed to do this. So we're going to go... Let's back it up just a... Well, I guess it doesn't really matter where we go. Just hop right up here. And now... Let me hold out my hand again. And up you go. Beautiful. We have another couch here, but we are actually going to ignore it. Because we are only, 9 minutes into this episode, and we've got a lot more ground to cover. So I'm going to bring her all the way over here, and I am going to jump this gap, like so. Be very careful, because if you die there, you're going way back. Oh, no, Eco, you stop doing that. Stand on the edge like a gentleman, and hold out your hand. Atta girl. Oh, my goodness, what a jump. Holy crap. That had to have hurt. Like, that just makes my elbows hurt looking at that. But she did it. She did it, and he did it, and that's really impressive. These kids are resilient To be sure. Okay, this is going to be another instance where we're going to leave Yorda. Now, as far as leaving Yorda is concerned, there are certain places where if you leave her alone for too long, shadow monsters can appear and they can rush over to grab her. This is not true in every location. There are certain places you need to worry and certain places you do not need to worry. This has a lot to do with whatever puzzle you're tackling at the time. Generally, if you're trying to do something to get her somewhere, the monsters will leave her alone, and this can also have to do with the shape of the area. Usually wide open spaces with very, very obvious stony platforms and a lot of space to walk on. Those are generally the spaces where shadow monsters are going to appear. Something like this has way too much open air space, so shadow monsters don't really have a lot of space to like run around and thrive here. So even if I left her for like a good 20-30 minutes, they're probably not going to spawn in here, but a big open room is a little bit of a different matter. Oh, come on, controls. There we go. It doesn't actually want you to go left. It wants you to go like down and to the left, and it's a bit strange in that regard. Okay. So there's two ways I could have gotten to this crate. I decided to do the boring way, but now if I can just get her to come across, she should be able to make that on her own. Oh, can I grab your hand? No, you got it. You're fine. Okay, cool. So now the other thing is there's this chain here, and what we're going to do is we are going to climb this and make our way around, and we can actually climb this all the way to the top, like so. And this crane is actually totally walkable, and what you can do is, and I'm actually kind of going in reverse here, but you can either climb up or down this thing depending on what you want to do. It's X to drop, and then once you have done all those things, we're going to send the crate exactly back to where it was, which is over and down. Oh, hang on, Yorda, you were a little close to the edge there, weren't you? Probably should have brought you closer to the middle. Sorry. Thought you knew this was going to be moving again. It's okay, she'll be fine. So down it goes. And we're going to just have to join her down there. So let's climb back up this thing, because now we have to use the chain to get down. So we're just going to kind of slide on down the whole thing. But yeah, we're not like totally defenseless at the moment, but we don't really have a lot to defend ourselves or Yorda with. So we're going to have to be very careful about how we approach situations for the time being. But there is actually a little bit of a secret weapon that I haven't yet shown you guys, and will not be showing you guys until the next episode. So I'm going to jump on over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my hand out again, and let's see, I want to get as close to the corner as I can, like, oh, I know. So when she shakes her head like that, that means she doesn't want to do whatever I'm asking her to do. Oh, come on. Come on, ICO. Here. Let's try it like that. There we go. Okay, that's the spot it wanted me to be in. Got to be able to hold your hand out. Perfect. Like I said, the controls in this game can be a little bit janky, just a tiny bit, because you have to, again, think of ICO as sort of an 8-directional character, not an omnidirectional character, because of how early of a 3D game this is. But let's head down the stairs, and I'm actually going to bring Yorda all the way down here first, instead of through that main door. So she can stay right about there. Perfect. Okay. You hang out. I will be back. And we're going to get through this puzzle as quickly as I possibly can before anything bad happens. But I don't think it should. I think we should mostly be on the safe side. So, what I'm going to do, first things first, and I didn't do this as soon as I got here, is I'm going to pull this switch. This isn't 100% necessary, but if for whatever reason you need to backtrack, you can always do that. This takes you to that room where we activated the stairs earlier in the episode by pushing the crate out of the way. But again, you don't have to go that way. What we're going to do is we're going to go through this door, which takes us into the same room we just left Yorda in, but topside. Now, there is a bridge here, but you'll notice that the bridge is actually out on that end. Now, we can jump that gap, but it is not entirely necessary because you can also go around the bridge on these walkways on either side. But this is the side I'm going to go on because this is closer to where I want to go. So I am going to head all the way over here, and there's a ladder. Don't be fooled by the ladder. Instead, we're going to use these window ledges to climb our way up. Just kind of sidle along here. Now, if Yorda ever gets grabbed while she's off screen and you can't see her, the camera's actually going to flip around and point in the direction of where you left her to let you know that she's been grabbed. So, like, if you're ever worried about losing her for whatever reason, there's at least that little bit of warning. Although the odds of you getting to her in that time are incredibly slim. Now, I'm going to drop down here on the chandelier. But unlike the cage, this doesn't quite have the give, and nor is... Apparently, ICO's already fasted off a little bit of his breakfast. So instead, just keep whacking it. There we go. Eventually, it'll give way. Now, good on Yorda for getting out of the way, because holy crap. Although she seems to keep trying to get out of the way. You okay, buddy? You're fine. You're fine. All right. We've gotten that done. So now I am going to go back down there and I am going to meet Yorda, who seems to, I think, be standing in the doorway. And we're going to show how the next part of this puzzle works. So there was a reason I knocked that chandelier down. You would think it would take out the bridge, but nope, it's not quite that simple. There's one more step to this. So if you notice, when I brought Yorda down here before, there were a couple of, well, 3 exactly, cherry bombs. Yeah, just straight up cherry bombs. And we're going to bring these inside. Hi, Yorda. I like how I just kind of phased past you. So notice that this pillar is already pretty cracked. It's amazing that it's still holding up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this bomb right about there. Then I'm going to head over here to the lit chandelier, and we are going to press circle, which is going to allow us to light our torch, our stick. Now walk up to the bomb, and all you need to do, I believe, is just... Well, I don't want to pick it up. I want to... Here, there we go. Can we do that? Nope, that just immediately got rid of it. I thought you just have to, like, walk up to it and kind of, like, graze past it. Let me try this one more time and see if it'll activate. It's a little finicky. There we go. Okay, move, move, move. Don't get too close. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you, but yeah, that was going to be loud. It is a bomb after all. And there we go. Now we actually have a way across, but not just that, we have a way across where Yorda can actually follow us. And if you needed confirmation of that, you're like, well, why couldn't we have just taken her across and had her jump the gap and hold out her hand and all that? Well, on the other side, on that top side, it actually just leads out to a balcony, which is a dead end. So didn't really feel it 100% necessary to demonstrate that, but you'll get to see it in a little bit more detail later. But for now, we have a way through, and that is actually going to take us in the direction of the main gate of the castle. So I feel like we made some pretty good progress today. Come on, Yorda. Let's have a nap. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this episode of Let's Play ICO. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.